We are busy with Trig and we're doing the incorporation of everything together, integrated. This question, obviously, when I say left hand side, right hand side, what was the question? It's identities. In general, an identity sum is never level 1. In general, because they are just more difficult. Okay, so some of them can be really, really hard. But what's the marking allocation for them? Approximately 5, 6, 7 in extreme cases. We don't want to make it 7 because they are in general difficult. But sometimes, and I think number I was rough. We'll look at it. Hopefully, we're not going to get one like number I, but you've got to be able to cope. And even in a sum like that, which is terribly difficult, if you can get 2 out of 5,
well done.
I'm happy with you. You've got 40% for a very difficult question. So do not just lose hope. I have seen kids, and I've told you this before, I have seen kids that do not get full marks for one question in a paper, but they still get 60. How is that even possible? Because if you work for every 5 marks, you get a 2. For every 6 marks, you get a 2 or a 3. For every 3 marks, you get a 1 or 2. You're going to pass. You're going to pass. So just realize that you don't have to get full marks for a question to get any marks. So for this question, maybe you don't ever get an identity 100% correct. Too bad. Maybe you got 4 out of 5 because somewhere you did something wrong. Or 2 out of 5. It's okay. If it's a difficult question and you can get 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, fantastic. Okay. The right hand side being tan P. I'm not going to do anything to it, but there's maybe a small chance that I might get a mark if the only thing I write is
C over cos P.
If there's nothing else, I'm not assuring you, but maybe there's a mark to be had. If you don't know anything else, okay. Then we're seeing what? Now, if it's tan P, it's a single angle. So then that means you've got to take this to a double angle and make it single angles. Use your identities, your double angle identities, which is going to be for sin. Luckily for us, there's only one way.
Cos P.
Because there's only one formula. The problem comes in with
Cos 2P.
cos. So there's nothing going on there. And then the cos, you have to watch one to do. And cos, what's going on here?
1.
It's 1. All of a sudden they just pop in a special angle here. Because cos 0, and I don't like it to write that degree there, it just makes it sometimes look a little bit funky. But cos 0, from knowing your graphs, is 1. Now think about it. Obviously I'm going to have to do some what to get to sin over cos? Cancelling. How do I cancel? If you have
Brackets.
How do you cancel? How can you divide if there's pluses?
Factorize.
That's the way your mind must work. I have to be able to factorize. So if I want to factorize, obviously there at the top, I'm going to have to take out a
Sin P.
Just for a minute, just bear with me. So it's going to be 2 cos P plus 1. If that has to work, then obviously at the bottom,
You have to have the cos.
I'm going to have that to get to an answer, which I'm hoping is going to be sin over cos. So, thinking about that and knowing that there's 3 possible answers for cos 2p, which one is going to make that happen for me?
I took
2 cos p minus 1? Or 1 minus 2 sin squared?
No.
Look at the plus 1. So if
Okay.
I can get it to be
Minus 1.
with the 2 cos. I'm helping myself. So it doesn't just jump out at you, you must look for which one is going to work. Okay, and then, obviously, I've got to factorize and this better work. This better give me 2 cos p plus 1. And it's going to when I take out. So nobody ever, like in grade 9 and 10, tell you to factorize. You've got to know that that is simplification. And I can stop there. Left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Or if I wanted to say that's tan and then left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. Perfect. Then you didn't need to write that there. And even if you did write it there, you showed me doubly that you know that sin over cos is tan, which would definitely be worth a mark, either there or here. So for the double angle and the other double angle, but you have to choose the right one. Maybe you didn't pencil first and try which one works. Once you got the right one, but if it's the wrong one, you don't get a mark. Because you've got to get to the factorization, which might be 2 marks. And then for knowing that sin over cos is tan somewhere, either knowing it here or knowing it there and getting it the same to each other, so about 5 marks. You know that that's about what it can be. Maybe you're lucky and you get a nice easier one for 4 marks, but you can't go in on it. Okay. Quite a difficult one as well. You cannot look at the sum from the start and say, yes, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. You cannot, not with geometry, with trigonometry. Okay. Is there something to do on the right-hand side? It's a double angle, and then what? So maybe for now, I'm thinking, put it on ice, wait. And are you allowed to work on both sides? Yes, just be careful that you don't do the same mistake in 2 different directions. That's the only problem with it. On the left-hand side, what is there to do?
There is a
reduction formula. It's a poof sum. It goes 180 minus poof gone, and I'm left with 10. Is it plus or is it minus? Because it's third quadrant, tan is positive. So you got a mark, guys. Fantastic. For a reduction formula. And the rest of it, cos minus sin. Isn't that a double angle?
No.
Why not? Because it's not square. And isn't this one? No, because it's not square. Isn't it a half then if it's not square?
No.
Don't get crazy. Okay? Then what?
LCD.
LCD. Because it's fractions that you've got to add. The only thing to do with 2 fractions being added is to get the LCD, which is cos minus sin
times
cos
plus
sin. And please don't forget to have your A, your angle everywhere, okay? Principle, if I have the LCD, I time at the bottom, I time at the top. What did I time at the bottom to get to this?
cos plus
Plus 1. So I've got 10, and I've got a time with cos A, sin A. 10 is bothering me.
You're gonna make it a fraction of sin
Of sin over cos, which is another norm, guys. Reduction formula for tan and tan is sin over cos. Maybe you don't get much further than this. You got 2 marks. 2 out of 5, we'll take it. Okay. At the bottom I timed with the minus bracket, so the top must be timed with the minus bracket. So plus 1 must be timed with cos minus sin. That bracket is not necessary, but rather too much than too little. And then what?
I took cos to the bottom.
Can the denominator not fall away?
No.
Why not?
It's an expression, not an equation.
That's it. Fantastic. Fantastic. You can only let the LCD fall away if you're busy with an equation. This is an expression. It's not an equation yet. I'm trying to prove the equation. You cannot let it fall away. But then we FOIL. And if we do FOIL, let's start backwards. We're going to have cos squared
minus sin a squared
minus sin squared. Where's the middle terms? They fell away because of the 2 brackets that are exactly the same, one with a plus, one with a minus. So this is actually a difference of squares. If you didn't realize it and you timed it, you'd get minus sin cos plus sin cos, which fell away anyway for the middle term. Then what else can I do?
So what did I do?
You've got to distribute it, yes. So sin over cos times with cos over 1 is going to be what? Just sin. Just sin. Sin over cos times cos over 1. Let's write it larger. And this is still over 1. But what's that going to be when I time it? Sin cannot cancel out. It's sin at the top, so it's sin square over cos. Unfortunately for us, you cannot just check the sum and see everything falls away. Timing it out gets you sin square over cos. Happy with that?
Yes.
And the rest, you still have to rewrite, just without the brackets. And at least something's happening.
Cancel.
Okay? And then what? What can I do here?
It's a. Guys.
I'm adding. So you've got to do again.
Get the denominators the same.
Oh, damn, pretty.
Again, LCD. Now, let me teach you some tricks. I'm seeing a double angle here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Because this cos square minus sin square is going to be,
Cos to A.
which is definitely going to be worth a mark. And look at this, something's happening. You're getting there. Okay? But then the rest of it is that whole bracket of sin square. I'm writing too much, but I'd rather write too much so you can see. Cos A over 1 if you want to. That whole thing is at the top. So I'm saying, I'm aiming towards that. Can I not help myself and say, but listen, let's write it as 1 over cos 2A separate times with sin square over cos. Guys, I'm wasting a little bit of time here, but I'm trying to make a point. So I can better see what's going on here. You've already said to me, let's do LCD, and you write. Are you with me with what happens here? I'm giving you no marks for this. There's a mark for the double angle, but there are not no marks for this, because I'm just seeing you trying to separate them. Because yes, it is 1 over cos A times 1 over cos. So I'm just trying to separate them. So this obviously has to work out to 1 over cos. How's that going to work? You said it? LCD. Let's go, yeah. And so 1 over cos 2A times with the LCD is cos. Nothing happened here, so it's sin square. You time the bottom with cos, you time the top with cos, you're getting cos square identity, which is 1. And we're done. 1 over cos. 1 over cos. I'm just trying to show you something here, because remember I said to you maybe A, B, C over D, E. Can we write that as, I don't know why I would like to do that, but is it true? I'm just showing you that we can separate stuff to better see what's going on. So what I've done is I've taken the 1 over cos 2 separately and the other one separately to better see what's going on in the sum. Finding my track of thought here. So you can do that. Now that answer there is, which is definitely worth a mark. And we like to show the marker, listen, do you know that that is 1? So we can see what your train of thought was. So help them. Please remember, second paper, and this is second paper, please don't highlight. Please remember, please don't highlight. Because why? They take your book and they scan it in. And the scanning and the highlighting makes it dark and unreadable. Please, okay? So what do we do then if we want to show the marker what to do?
Underline.
Maybe underline, circle, whatever you'd like to show them better what's going on there. Happy with that? Please don't forget to say left hand side is equal to the right hand side for a final answer.